Hello, hello, hello. It is Thursday, the third day before 4th of July. It's been very noisy over here in my neighborhood at night. As I've gotten older, I don't enjoy fireworks like I used to. Cheers. Just going to talk about music mainly today. I deleted one comment yesterday because the person spoke as though they're declaring something that as though it's a fact and they know. And it's like, I always tell you people, I'm just sharing my opinion. And you know, people who come over and leave comments as though they're some sort of expert. Well, it's just their opinion, okay? And I'd appreciate it if they would let me know that they're sharing their opinion as opposed to coming over making declarations because I don't accept them. No one is an expert, especially me. So I don't accept that energy from anyone. You have your opinion, but making a declaration as though you know, it's like, no, I don't accept that. Like if the artist himself comes over and makes a declaration about themselves, that's different. But sharing an outside opinion about a band, that's okay. So to jump into the music, someone asked me about Can, and I'm going to show some Can because I love Can, and I don't think that Can is the sort of band that I can have a favorite album of. They have this streak of creativity where each album has high points, and if they were all to be put together, that would be the favorite album, but not just one album. But a couple things. Yesterday, I had a good day yesterday. Nothing real special. Today, I have an appointment, potential session work. We will see. But besides hanging out outside yesterday and visiting with my Mexican neighbor, who is he and his wife are like they're like animal whisperers, and there's a bunch of cats that I don't really mind. It might get out of control, but so far, at the most I see is 5 or 6 at one time. But I was teasing my neighbor about the cats because they're in charge over there. But he says it's up to 14 now, and it's like, come on now. Anyway, that's what I did with my day yesterday. Was relax, mostly outside. And then when I did play some music, this is what I played. I played this album called Nikra. But notice on the wall there, some clever, or maybe it's just the way the bricks look, but it's like it almost looks like it says Nigra. You know, it's probably no accident that this was used because of the inference. This is improvisational for the most part. Um, Rado Malfatti and Nick Evans on trombones, a double trombone fest, which is unusual. They reference Jay and Jay Johnson, J. Johnson. My dad had one of their albums, two trombones in jazz. It's unusual. Keith Tippett is on here as well. Bushini Burgal and Makaya Nishoko. And this is again on the Ogun label. I forget who started the Ogun label. It's a good label. This is very good. The Africanism in the inflection of the music is there. They're not Africans, maybe South Africans, but as I was listening, it occurred to me as I listened that maybe the inferred reference to the title, I don't know, kept catching my eye. It's like that looks like a G. It's not supposed to be, but it looks like a G, and that's no accident that it's. I'm sure it's not. Good album. I listened to some of this yesterday, and this is the sort of thing like, so check it out. Before I filed it, because I've gone ahead and filed the Tony Conrad with Faust, I played one side just to update, and I'll be damned, I enjoyed it. For the first time, it's like I gave into it. And this is what it is. I'm a big fan of Faust. So when I played before, and they would just do the repetitive thing and really not much of a change, I didn't fall into it. I wanted more. I always wanted more. I watched the Tony Conrad documentary, which was illuminating, okay? And I see what he's about. And like Lamont Young, these guys were thinkers as well as doers. And their ideas are a big part of what the intrigue is about what they do, okay? And so with that in mind, I enjoyed it. I actually did, which led to me playing this because this is in a similar vein. Arnold Dreyblatt and Paul Panhuisen. Huisen Duo Geloso. And what we have here is them creating tones, overtones, long and suspended for the most part. And this stuff works. And you have to kind of like slip into a mindset, or almost like when I was talking to Simon Joyner when I bought the Tony Conrad, he was saying he always liked it, and he said he found it meditative, which I thought to myself, well, okay, well, I never approached it like that, and that made a difference. So this is the sort of thing where it's like you don't put this on at a party, it'll clear a room. But maybe a way of thinking of it is like it's music for thinking, or music for sitting. Who knows, okay? So a couple of videos back, someone asked me about my favorite Can album, and because I really like Can a lot, and I'm feeling this energy of the birthday time, I'll respond to it, because I'm not a request. I'll do things as I feel, but one thing I've said over and over again is that because it's tried to happen in the past, where one person will make a request, I'll respond to it, and the next thing you know, several people line up with requests, and it's like, no, I'm not going to do a request line. That is no fun. Unless you're the kind of person that you are. I'm not. Oh, that coffee is good. So I grabbed my Can, which is, I don't have all their records. That's the other thing. It's like, folks, if you watch me regularly, come to understand that when I show stuff, even when I show everything, I'm not showing everything because there's more. Like the Camel, someone, you seem to be missing. I said it at the beginning. I'm not showing everything that I own. I don't show the CDs. I have Camel 45s. I can't show you my computer files. The thing about technology and the computer is that I love owning physical product, but I also love listening to music. So thankfully, because of the internet, I can listen to everything and I can own everything of sorts. So I have those Camel albums that he mentioned, Dust and Dreams, a couple others. They're on the computer. I could call one of them up and play it for you right now. So I'm not missing out. I've said it before, and people who follow me, you know by now that what I say is true. I hoover music like a vacuum cleaner. I even listen to everything. I listened to the new Richard Ashcroft single, Lovers. I think it's terrible. It's just my opinion. See, I'm not saying Richard Ashcroft is terrible. I'm saying my opinion of his latest work is like, yuck, okay? That's different than someone coming over and declaring that they know Don't do that with me, because it ain't gonna fly. Mm-mm. You know what you think, just like I know what I think. Okay, that's clear. Gunnar, I think you're the one that gave me this Magma shirt. I just love it. I'm wearing it out. I'm like that. When I like things, I wear them a lot. Magma is right back there at my Magma collection. I've shown it before, but I grabbed my can. But I did like what I've been doing is like I grabbed that section and what's next to it. So what's next to can on either side, and the can is not in order. Okay, I might try to put it in some kind of order, but on the on one end of the can, leading in away from can, we have can and then Canarios, C-A-N-A, Canarios, Cycles. John McRae, did you send this to me? Someone sent this to me where they upgraded their copy. I believe this is Spanish. Sure sounds like it. Yeah, concept album, classically oriented. I've listened to this all the way through a couple times. It's very good. Prague, definitely Prague, progressive rock. So that's next to, that comes right after the can section, and then what comes after that? Canned Heat, Living the Blues. I know my music. I'm not a big blues listener, but this is part of my roots. Big part. I had some of the original blues masters play in my house with my dad. Luther Allison, T-Bone Walker. I don't remember T-Bone Walker, but my dad played in his band. Others, I can't think of them right now. But always liked Canned Heat. One of my favorite songs from that time is On the Road Again. But off this album, I always liked the song Going Up the Country. But then from the album, the one album, Refried Boogie, Part 1 and 2. I loved it when it would come on the FM underground radio. I like Boogie, and I particularly loved I forget his name, their early bass player, the one who had a real, he rocked physically when he played, but the thing was he embodied the boogie, the beat. He was very good. Canned Heat. So when we get into the can, oh, there's one more. Candy Claus. Candy Claus is C-A-N-C, Canarios, Candy Claus, and then Canned Heat. I try to put things in basic alphabetical order. I've talked about this album before. I think this is a band, a duo, possibly three people out of Colorado, possibly. This album is unique. It sounds like a dream. Hidden Lands is the perfect title for it. I've watched a couple of videos of them playing, and it's like, it don't even hardly seem like the same band, but it is. This is a very unique recording that they've made. It's almost like it comes from another dimension. This is very unique, and I love it. I love it. So, getting into the can here, and it's all mixed up. I've never, unfortunately, had the occasion to see any members of the band Can live living here in Nebraska. They never came anywhere near here. The closest I can say that I've had a Can concert experience is when Hawkwind played with Rush opening. They had a DJ with them, Andy Dunkley from the UK. That's a name. And he spun records between the bands while they set up. And he played Limited Edition by Can. As soon as it came on, he played Gomera. It was the first time I heard it. So it was like a concert experience to hear a new Can song for the first time at a concert. So that's my experience. So no, I don't have the original Very collectible version of Monster Movie by The Can, which has the different cover. But this is an early German Liberty. Yes, it is. I have a couple copies of this album. Right from the beginning, things are happening with Can, with the rhythm, with the way that Malcolm Mooney sings, speaks over the music. Very invigorating right away. I'm just gonna, okay, these are out of order. But here I have, and I'm keeping them all, I have Can soundtracks. And I was fortunate that someone sent me an original German copy on Liberty. But before that, I was able to score it, the reissue, on celluloid. And this is good Can, okay? Mother Sky on here, right? Mother Sky. It's a highlight. Who covered this? Loop? I think several bands have covered it, but Mother Sky by Loop is a good cover. And then in recent years, the Spoon Records have done the reissue campaign in different colors, and I will show them because that's why you get them. Can. They were a great band, so great that some of their records, even though they're old, they sound modern. The way that they jammed, it was just in the moment. That's why the music is so powerful. It was just in the moment. Okay, so I'm going to try and show these a little bit more in order. I'll show these next. These are way out of order. Okay, so, okay, these are way out of order. All right. This is way out of order because here we have, well actually no, this is before C-A-M, C-A-M, John Campbell. So this is on the other side. Jazz pianist. This is good stuff with Clark Terry. My dad played with Clark Terry in his younger years. It's going to be hot today. I'm already wanting to turn on the air conditioner, but it'll be so loud. So these are out of order, but let me just get to this. So many people think of Future Days as their shining moment, that they're at the zenith. I think that's partially true because the albums that precede this are just as powerful for me. This is my original copy I bought back in 73, was it 73, 74? Took it everywhere. Here is the colored vinyl. Is it? Yes. Future Days. It is a special album. It is wonderful. It is incredible. It is. Now, this is not in order, so I'm just going to go ahead and show them because I keep trying, but it's like, okay, forget it. So Landed is one that I took a long time to finally pick up because when it first came out, didn't particularly care for it. And it's grown on me over time. I like it now. Is this color vinyl? No, but it's a reissue. It's a reissue. And I would not recommend anyone new to the band start with this album. And yet at the same time, who knows? Maybe this would be the period that you like best. But I wouldn't start here. I'd start with the albums I showed before. I want to try to show those together. Here is in my, it's in my can because of Can-Axis 5. This is music by Holger Zukai and Rolf Dammers. Early recordings, early experiments. I think this was recorded in 1969. Yes. So this is in the can pile. Let me try. So see the first albums, and geez. I have another. This is what, before I got the colored vinyl reissue, I was able to upgrade an original, but a cutout of Future Days in really good shape. The first record I heard by Can was this. And the first time I heard it, it put me off. I didn't understand. Ig Bamyazi, Can. I still remember the actual listening moment because I was with Paul Reese, but we went over to a friend of his house to get weed, I think. And it was over there that it got played, and I was perplexed. What is this? But shortly after that, it became one of my favorite albums. So see, to me, this, along with Future Days and this album, Tago Mago, this is an original. I have tripped hard on this album with friends and by myself. This album is a revelation. So see, I put this up there with Future Days, maybe even a little bit more because of my personal experience with the music. Hallelujah. I learned that drum beat. I play drums, but I wanted to get that groove, and I learned it, you know, to the point where I could play along with the album, right along with the Jackie Liebezeit. Here's the reissue. Let's see what color. I think this is orange. And now I first heard this, my friend Paul had the green cover version with the flip top. If I ever saw one affordable, I'd still get it, even though I don't need it. Orange is my color. But that's the first version that I became familiar with. And then this one here, this original, was Paul's brother Jerome's copy. They both had the album. Paul had the green, Jerome had this. But strangely enough, when they gave this to me, they switched the records. So this is the German cover, but I have the UK records from the other. I've always considered it a mutt because they're not the right records, but they're originals. Let's just keep going. So they put out limited edition. Okay, this is trash, that's gone. They put out limited edition with Gamera. I love that cover too. What a crazy picture. This in particular on the wall, the lady. And then unlimited edition. Saw Delight. This is good. Once again, they're out of their classic phase to me when they're doing this stuff now. They're moving into more. Well, we want to. The record company wants a hit. We're trying to acquiesce. When this came out, I couldn't stand it, and now I appreciate it. But that's the word, is appreciate. Okay, Can. I always forget the actual title of the album. Inner Space. Now this is interesting. Did someone send this to me? This is interesting. I don't remember this. This is a white label. Huh. Where did I get this? I didn't remember that. Once again, my record collection is like the treasure chest. Out of Reach is another one of theirs that it took me a while to get used to, because then this is a change. You know, they've got a different bass player on here. Roscoe Gee. Holger Zukai was no longer playing bass. So it was a different feeling. This is the one they made when Malcolm Mooney came back, Out of Reach. There's the first song on here, it makes the album worth it. On the Beautiful Side of a Romance. That's enough. Overall, this album is just so-so. But still, I love Can. Here's a boot. Future Days Live, 1975, Cone. Cannibalism, I love Can. We're hitting the half-hour mark, and I still have more to go. So I like Can. Bootleg, Live at Hanover, 1976. I highly recommend the band. I really do. They are one of my favorites. They are. And here we're getting down there. So I was able to get the Can, the singles. Here's my original copy of Iggy Bamyazi. It has the insert, has the original insert. Love that cover picture of the band. I almost played with Damo Suzuki, and then COVID hit. Soon over Babaluma. This is the one where Michael Caroli takes over singing. Still really good. And then back early days, Can Delay, 1968. Came out after the fact. I won't open this. Here's the reissue. I think this is pink. I have another here. Yeah, this is the, I have to look now. I knew that one was pink. But this is Monster Movie. Is it blue? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I need to wrap up here because I'm starting to sweat, because it's I need to turn the air on. It's the humidity mainly. Flow Motion. This is good. This is good. I think this came right after Soon Over Babaluma. I was trying to put them all together. The series of live albums. I have Live in Stuttgart. These are well worth it. Paris. Aston, 1977. In Brighton, 1975. I think this is the most recent one that came out was Cuxhaven, 1976. They're doing a good job on those. And then to wrap up here, here's a compilation, The Classic German Rock Scene, Can. Double album. Another bootleg, Auf der Einbahnstraße in Köln. Radio Waves. I believe these are BBC sessions. Ooh. And I missed it. Dang it. So I wanted to show these all together. Keel. It's a good series. How many albums? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 so far. And then this, Can Peel Sessions. So that's what I have to say about Can. It's like not one album does it for me. They're amazing. Dive in. So I'm going to wrap it up because it's a half an hour. Looking forward to meeting up with, I met this person at my first judge as a talent show judge job this summer. Binky is her name. She's in town from LA, quietly working on a new album. And she called me. So we'll see if I'm going to be playing on her album. I'm meeting with her today. We'll see. And it's a small world because it turns out that she knows Nick Fackler, my friend Nick. Met him when he was out in LA years ago working with Sia. You all know Sia? She was with 07 and then she has a solo career. I forget the song, but she had this young dancer in it that kind of raised eyebrows. Nick dated her for a while before he was married, and turns out that she and Binky were friends, are friends still. So she and Nick ended up running into each other here recently. We got to talking, and my name came up, and so she called, and I'm glad. So we'll see if I'm playing on her new record or not. I'm meeting her today. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, folks, take care now. Take care. Still thinking, always want to say a word to my family. Sending love. Um, Mr. Anger, my postman, made a comment about how it affects him the way I talk about my family. Well, I wish more people in families, I wish that were the way it is, because we're not a perfect family and we have our disagreements, but they're respectful. We love each other. So that trumps, you know, Trump differences. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, my older sister Stephanie, she'll sometimes say things and it's like, I'm not thinking that at all, but that's her. So you just let it be. That's how she's seeing things. Okay, respect it. So I think it's cool that Mr. Anger notices that, you know, because it's genuine. Um, I miss them. I wish that even when they were in town, we didn't hang out a lot together. But the fact that they were here was a comfort. I do miss them, and I love them a lot. Okay, that's what I got today. Take care.